Welcome to Coffee Time with Brenda and Mary.
I got a secret.
I know, I heard your secret. It worked for you. Your life has changed so much in just a couple of years. And something about you is really different than when I first met you like 4 or 5 years ago to now. Something is really different in what's happening in your life. And I feel like you're always talking about manifestation and how it is that the way that you do it is different from the way that I've heard that other people do it. And so I think it's a good secret to share.
All right. So I used to try the old manifestation, and it's not wrong in the way they teach it, but they're missing some really important things that I didn't catch on.
Mm-hmm.
So first off, we're all manifesting all the time. We're magnificent creators. Sometimes we manifest lack in our life.
Yeah, so that was like the other day I went to get my license had expired and I had to go to the place where you get your license renewed, and the whole time I'm like, oh, when I get there, it's going to be such a long lineup. I'm going to be stuck there all afternoon.
And what happened?
It was great. There was almost nobody there. It was like this miracle. But how come I didn't manifest the lineup?
That's interesting.
It is interesting.
Yeah.
Because, well, my daughter came in. She said, you know what, Mom, I think sometimes on those afternoons, it's actually not so busy. And so I started thinking about it not being so busy and how grateful I would be because I had so much to do at home already, but I had to get this license. So I started thinking, okay, maybe she's going to be right. And so I went when she told me to go, and it worked out fine.
You opened up. You weren't stuck on it being locked.
I guess that's what happened. But then it was like, I think that's always my go-to is when I think I have to do something I don't want to do. I always think, oh, it's going to be like this. And then it always is like that.
Okay, yeah, well, we're very powerful. So we want to, first off, if we're noticing something we're manifesting in our life and something we don't like, well, how are you thinking about that for something? But when we manifest something good, like something happens and it's fabulous, the main thing, this is what I've learned, this is what I do. I acknowledge it. So I'm just trying to think of an example. They happen to me all the time. I always have good things that happen.
Did you win a lottery?
Okay, let's say I won. Yeah, say
like $100.
Yeah, $100.
Yeah.
Right. Now, you acknowledge it. I won $100. Then you appreciate it. Like, it's really cool. I didn't have to win. I did. It's great. How exciting. And you just based in that appreciation and that gratefulness of winning. Now, just let it be. Just let it go then. Now, what I used to do is I used to say,
I know what you're going to say.
Well, if I won $100, what more can I win?
Or why couldn't it have been 1,000?
Yes, or I could have done this, or if I manifested this, what can I do that's bigger?
Yeah.
What happens when you get into that state of, what if this, I would like more, how do I manifest more? You've actually lowered your vibration into more of a desperation and angst. And that is not positive manifestation energy.
So when you're feeling desperate, like sometimes I think when I pray, like, sometimes when I really want something badly, if somebody's sick and I say a prayer for them and I think like, please, help them get better.
Yeah.
I'm in a state of desperation.
Yes,
right?
and worry and
fear
anxiety
and what's going to happen. Yeah.
Yes. So imagine, let's go to someone in your life is sick, and sometimes people are sick in my family. And I look at them, and then I kind of ignore their sickness. But then I notice glimpses. I pay attention to the positive things, like, look, their fever's breaking. Oh, look, they look brighter in the eye. And then I'll acknowledge that they feel better and look better. And then I'll appreciate that lighter feeling they have. And then I'll say, wow, they're getting better. Isn't that beautiful? And I'll just stay in that high vibration of they're getting better.
Mm-hmm.
And because I'm in a high vibration, positivity brings positivity. Now, and I have no expectations to what it is. Maybe that lightness and happiness and excitement and that positive energy actually helps that person become more healthy.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not attached to that because it also could bring in something else. I could get a call and say, hey, Brenda, guess what? You've been promoting to this magazine.
Mm.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Right? But I wasn't like begging or praying to have that person healthy because that worry brings in something different.
Right.
Which brings me, someone suggested, try to get into this magazine. All right, I'll try. I wrote up an article. I went through it. No angst. I just went in and say, how cool. I'm going to acknowledge the idea someone gave me.
Yeah.
I'm going to appreciate the fact that I was able to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just let it go. Do I have to get in the magazine? No.
Yeah.
But I did.
Mm-hmm.
I got this impulse and I did it.
Mm-hmm.
And then a week later, all of a sudden, you got in the magazine.
Yeah.
How great is it? Now, I stayed and I bathed in that. I appreciated it. I acknowledged it. But I didn't say, well, if I got in that magazine, what else can I get into? Because that would have taken me out of that state.
Yeah.
So I've learned that staying in that ease and flow, high vibration with no attachment to outcome works for me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what I would say to people is whatever you're doing, if you're not getting the results you want, look at how you are interpreting, how you're reacting to things. And we don't want to try.
How you're reacting to things that come into your life.
Yeah. So something good comes into your life.
Yeah.
You acknowledge it.
Yeah.
You appreciate it. But what are you actually doing? Are you then saying, maybe you're just acknowledging it, saying, okay, where's the big stuff? Why isn't this big thing happening?
Yeah.
But that's going to get you out of that energy.
Right.
So look at how you are reacting to things.
Mm-hmm.
What you're doing when something good comes in your life, and change it. It's the AAA. I learned this from Bashar, and I put it into practice. And when I learn something and put it into practice and it works for me, then I like to teach it.
So AAA, acknowledge, appreciate. What's the third one?
Allow. But the cool thing is, you don't have to do anything to allow. By staying in that appreciative energy, that higher vibration, that gratefulness, you automatically flow into allowance. So good things bring more good things. So people are like, I'm flowing lately. This is happening, that's happening, this is happening. But then, let's say all these great things are happening. And they'll say, but why aren't I losing weight? I have an angst against this. I need to lose weight.
Yeah.
It's frustrating. Well, because I'm desperate about something, I've got worried energy, anxious energy. I've actually magnified the stuff I don't want. So now I'm manifesting, because we're always manifesting. But now I'm manifesting something I don't like, and then I start to feel heavier.
So the secret to manifesting the good things in your life that you want is to stay high vibe and stay grateful and appreciative for even the little things.
The little things. And even if you're not manifesting what you want, it doesn't mean you're not manifesting. There's another trick in here. The universe, God, your higher self will bring to you what you need when you're out of the way.
Whether you want it or not.
Yes, it's what you need. So, some people will say, but I want this. But do you need it? So it's easier when your want and your need are together, they'll come into your life faster. Because a lot of things that you want aren't what you need. I can give you another example. I was one of those people that was listening to The Secret and manifesting my life, and I would work and focus and focus and focus. And I was looking for a house. I was looking for a new house. And my ideal house was going to be in Oakville. It was going to look this certain way in this neighborhood. That's my house. That's my house. And I would meditate on it. I had vision board on it. I would manifest it. And then I started looking for houses. And then I decided, like, nothing was coming my way. I just decided I'm just going to go with the flow. And then one thing led to another. I stopped having, it has to be that house. Someone taught me, why not ask for this house or better? Because I may not know what I really need. So I let go, and then this house that I'm living in today came in to view. And it was the easiest, it was easy and flow to buy it. So it's a lovely house, not too far from Oakville, 9 acres of land, peace. I love it here.
Yeah.
I would have never believed I could own something like this. And because I was such a manifester, I was actually blocking it from coming into my life. Because I said, it has to be that. It has to be that guy. It has to be that girl. Your higher self knows you best. It has to be that gig. It has to be that job.
That's such a great reminder. To have faith in something that's not intellectual and in our brains.
That's right. What I learned and what I know to be true through my practice is my physical mind doesn't create. It experiences. And where I shifted, and this is where I've been in happiness for the last 7 weeks, and I've gotten better because I understand it now. What I realize is my physical mind doesn't create. What it does, it can stop things by worrying, but it's only there to interpret and experience what I'm going through. I need it to be Brenda, to pick up my kids, to do what I need to do.
Yeah.
But what is creating my life is my higher mind, my soul, through passion and inspiration. And now that I've given up the control to my higher self, by saying every morning, higher mind, higher self, lead me into whatever I need to do today. Bring to me what I need to have, what I need to do. And then my physical mind, I make it busy, so it's like driving a steering wheel, but the steering wheel is not attached to anything. Because our physical mind needs to do something.
Yeah.
So if you want to do something physical mind, then stay in acknowledgement and appreciation of everything that you see. And then when great things come in, I relish in them. And sometimes when things that aren't so good come in, I say, what is the lesson? Why did this come to me? Fantastic. So nothing bad comes my way.
Yeah.
Someone might say, well, that wasn't a good experience. It was an exciting experience. I learned something from it. A little frustrating for some, right?
Well, note to self, like Brenda's worked on herself for a while. So when I hear you talk like that, I'm like, when am I ever going to get there? That seems like such hard work. You're so far down the road and we're like over here. And so I love your tips and tricks, and like you have such a nice, simple way of explaining what is so humongous. It's like a huge shift in every single way that we were raised and programmed in this society.
Yes.
It's huge.
You're so right.
So I just sit here sometimes and I'm like in awe and I don't know what to say when you get going like that, you know? And so I want people out there to feel like this is accessible to all of us. Like it's doable. some of the things, like every small thing makes a difference.
Yeah.
So everything that you try to stay in awareness, to stay in appreciation, it all makes a big difference. And if you need any support along the way, of course, we are here. And thank you, by the way, for all your emails and texts of encouragement. We are very grateful and appreciative to all of you.
I just gotta leave it at that. I just want to go on and on, but we'll leave it. It's so much fun.
Yes.
Life can be beautiful.
Reach out to us
here.
For coaching, for appreciation, for gratitude. We're
I so
here.
appreciate her. Thank you, Mary.
www.sobrilliant.ca. Take care, everyone.
Thank you for joining us.
If you have any questions or comments, visit us at sobrilliant.ca.
Sending you lots of love and light. Until next time.